Hey guys, Ben from KCT here, home of the gun and gear reviews you can use. Alright, so got a couple things to take a look at today, but the big one we're going to hit up, the Strike Industries AK to AR stock adapter. So I had a Zukov stock on this gun originally, and I liked it, but it was just kind of too chunky. And I am so much more of an AR guy than I am an AK guy. It's pretty bad, just how indoctrinated I am. But I so wanted to have those same kind of ergonomics on my AK. So I actually ditched the Zukov stock, and those things are pretty pricey. And went and got a hold of Strike Industries and ordered one of their stock adapters. Now, this does exactly what it says on the box. It allows you to put an AR type stock on your AK. Now, it is a solid block of aluminum, very, very well machined. It's kind of hard to see all the paint on it, but it's quite nice. And on either side, it has QD sling loops. So that cures one of the big things about the AK is you cannot really put a sort of like a 1 point, or you can go to a 2 point and then set up with a sling mount on the front. And this takes care of that, because there's really not anything like the end plate like on the AR to mount that sling. I know that there's things out there you can do with it, but it is kind of nice that you can get those included with this if you're going to run that kind of stock. Now, it doesn't include the castle nut, and it doesn't include the buffer tube. So, be aware to purchase those as well. Now, when I got this thing, I had a couple things that I needed to kind of get answered, and I did not see any answers online, which is what prompted me to get this to review. So the big thing is I looked at this and said, how does this even stay on the gun? If you look at some of the pictures online, they just show it just, butted right up to the end of the gun with no real means of attachment visible. So once I got it, I was pleased to see that there is a little hole there and a grub screw, which actually slides into that cutout portion that you have on your buffer tube for the end plate, and helps lock that thing in place. Now, I don't trust a little grub screw to do everything that I need, especially on an AK, so I put the castle nut on there. Now, I've seen people run it with the castle nut, some people run it without, and have not heard any problems either way. I do like a little bit of extra certainty with my stuff, so putting that castle nut on there was a no-brainer for me. So once it's on there, it mounted up nice and tight. The gun had the same overall length with the stock collapsed as the Zukov stock with the stock collapsed, not folded, but just simply collapsed. Now, it denies me the ability to collapse this gun, to put in a bag or something like that, or for transport. But I wasn't really feeling the Zukov stock. I mean, I liked it. It was cool, and maybe I'll do another AK with it. But for some reason, it just didn't feel as good as this. And, saying, okay, well, I went from a very expensive AK-made stock to, shoehorning a Mo stock onto the gun. Yeah, I mean, it works, though. I like it. It just feels great, and it works. My eyes are not too far up or too far down to see the optic. So in this case, you have this little Adaball mini red dot, and it just clicks. I really like the way that it shoulders. I like the way that it feels. Again, you can put any stock on there that you want. So if I have my way, maybe down the road I'll have something that's a little bit nicer than just a simple Mo, but it was paid for, so gotta keep it on there. So what don't I like about this? Really not that much. Really not that much. Mine didn't actually come with screws that needed to, and basically they're sending me some, but they haven't got here yet. And I know with the uncertain times that we're currently in, that this is not a huge priority. And for me, it's not either. I just took the screws off the Zukov and put it right in there. They worked. They were fine. Pretty much the same screws and good to go. So that's the first time that they've heard about that when I talked to customer service. So I wouldn't expect that to be a thing. But it was just something that happened to me, and I'm not going to whitewash something and just say it never happened when it did. So other than that, it mounted on very easily. This whole thing was done in about 5 minutes. The aluminum is pretty sturdy. It is pretty heavy duty. It's not as heavy as probably the buffer tube is with the castle nut. So it's not super extra weight adding, but it's one of those things where you feel it. It's a solid block of aluminum. It's very, very well machined, and I quite like it. And again, with the castle nut back here, I was able to cinch the buffer tube up to the end of the adapter and give it a little bit of extra pressure, so it doesn't have the lock plate like an AR would have. But this underneath, that little screw sort of functions as a lock plate because it goes in that channel there that's at the bottom of your buffer tube. So, any quirks with this thing? No, not really. Again, it's about as long as the Zukov stock when it is folded. And of course, the Zukov stock does have that adjustable length of pull at the end there. And so does this. Obviously, at this point, you're looking at something that's pretty long there. It's not super compact, but if you are a larger framed individual and you want to do that, you want these tiny piano players' hands, that'll work for you. The one thing I thought that was weird about it, and I know why this happens, but you can pull this stock out one position while it's fully collapsed. So does that sound like a big deal? I don't know. Is it a big deal? With the QD mounts right here, I don't need to have it mount or anything like that on my stock. So I don't care if that stock goes, out a notch or whatever. I typically do shoot it as I have shorter arms, but I would shoot it with the stock collapsed generally. Where does this come from? Why is this a thing? So, what it is because I put the castle nut on there that stopped this thing from collapsing all the way down onto the adapter. And I tried it with different stocks. It's the same thing. So it's basically just the distance that the stock would be from the castle nut. And so, again, like I said, it works with the same way with Strike Industry stocks, with Mission First Tactical stocks. I put even an old car stock on there, and it was doing the same thing. So just be aware that that's a thing. Again, I didn't notice it until, and I've shot this thing numerous times since putting this on, and I had no idea that it was doing it until one day I picked it up and just kind of gave it a tug there. And it opened up a little bit. So again, it only locks out to that first hole in the stock there. So not a super big deal, but yeah, it is a thing. So yeah, other than that, I think this is a great buy. And I looked into a lot of different stock adapters for the AR to the AK in my quest to kind of ARify this. I don't know, Brandon Herrera is going to be very upset right now if he watches this video. But there was a lot of them out there that were either needlessly complex, didn't work with the stuff that I had, or you had to buy so much extra stuff to make them work. And I just didn't really feel that. When I saw the Strike, it just made sense to me, other than the fact that nobody was talking about this screw. And I would have ordered it much sooner if I'd known that was the way that it was attached. Because to me, what this looked like is you screwed the buffer tube in, and that was it. You could put the castle nut on there, but that's it. There's no, and probably would rotate unless you really put the other stake down, whatever else. And I've seen those braces and stuff like that where they just kind of spin on the buffer tube. And I was looking at this going, is the whole buffer tube going to spin? But no, it is locked from rotating by that little screw in there, and then secured against the mount with the castle nut. So again, I would definitely get one of these if you are looking to go ahead and get some sort of AR ergonomics on your AK. And it's been a winner in my book. So guys, I just want to take a quick moment. Thank you for sitting here with me this whole time. I know. And I just want to say thank you to Vado Tactical. This wonderful shirt here, which you can't see because there's an AK in front of it, but yay! Those guys on the West Coast, Sergio, is just some of the most entertaining people I've ever met. And their stuff is witty as hell. So, guys, if you're looking for gun t-shirts, if you're looking for stuff that really expresses your individuality, that doesn't scream, I don't know, I just got this and Punisher Skulls, definitely check out Vado Tactical. They're on the gram, they're online, they're on Facebook. Just look them up. They're awesome. Sergio's the guy that runs it. Tell him that Ben sent you. Don't tell him that Ben sent you. Completely ignore it, whatever you want to do. But dang good stuff from those guys. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being a part of this experience with me here. and stay accurate.